Hey, come check this out.
Anyone familiar with Gillette will recognize this view. We are looking toward the northwest. The hospital sits prominently on the hill on the left side of the photo. 4J Road runs across from south to north. 6th Street runs east to west through the center of the photo. And the rock pile is visible in the center right. Now, let's go back in time. We'll rewind the clock 90 years to 1935. We're still looking at roughly the same view. See, there's the same rock pile, and that's the same 4J Street. But in 1935, this was on the very edge of Gillette, and what we are looking at is the Civilian Conservation Corps' Camp Miller. Now let's move around and look at the camp from the other side. But before we go, note the location of the large barracks building. Okay, we are now looking at Camp Miller from the west, that large building in the previous image. Here it is in this photo. 4J Street is up there too. And in the foreground, we can see Stockrail Avenue. There's also some construction equipment doing some dirt work. On top of the hill on the right side of the photo, you can see a water tank. I wonder if it's still there today. Fast forward to 2025. It looks quite a bit different. But yeah, if you look closely, you can just make out a water tank. We're standing a little further back than in 1935, with all the changes from constructing the hospital parking lot. But Stockrail Avenue still runs through the center of the photo. And off to the far left, you can see the rock pile. Speaking of the rock pile, I wonder what the view is like from over there. Now we're on top of the rock pile looking southwest. Stockrail Avenue runs on the right side of the photo. The hospital is to the west, just off screen. 2nd Street runs east-west through the photo. Now, let's head back to 1935. Quite the change. We still have 2nd Street running east-west. The trench through the photo is the Burlington Ditch, and Camp Miller is on the hillside. There's that same digging equipment. We have one final view of the camp, but to see it, we are going to need to gain some altitude. Nothing like a bird's eye view. We're looking to the south-southwest. With 1930s, Gillette is on the top left of the photo. Camp Miller is in the center top. Burlington Ditch is clearly visible. The old fairgrounds take up a good chunk of the image. And to the center right, our old friend the rock pile. Fast forward to 2025, and the rock pile still sits as a silent sentinel over Gillette. The fairgrounds are gone. That's where the fire department sits. And Camp Miller is long gone, replaced by residential housing. Back to the first photo, and there is one last thing I wanted to show you. There's that same digging equipment we've seen in the other images. It hasn't moved, indicating these 1930s photos were likely taken on the same day. It's amazing how things change. I sure do find all this history fascinating. Maybe there's a place close by that celebrates Gillette's history and shares it. Do you know where I can go to find out more about Camp Miller, the Civilian Conservation Corps, and early Gillette history, Justin?
Yes, we even have a case for that. Stop by the Rockpile Museum today and learn all about the Civilian Conservation Corps and all about Gillette's history.